Welcome to the Affiliate Junkie Podcast, home of the hashtag Stop the Struggle. And now, helping you to put all the freedom-loving pieces together, here's your host, Mercedes Osborne.
Hey, everybody. This is Mercedes with Affiliate Junkie. And today, I'd like to tell you a story. I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to relate to it. I want to tell you about my journey of becoming an affiliate marketer. And I'm willing to bet you've probably had the same journey, or maybe you're there now, I don't know. So I hope that wherever you are in your journey, that I'll be able to help you and maybe shed some light for you, put it all together. So I'm going to go back to my 20s when I started doing all of these office jobs. They were okay. Nothing to be super excited about. Wasn't anything that I really wanted to continue for my life. Didn't really ever fit in. Now, I was a good employee, don't get me wrong. I showed up every day on time. I showed up every day. Rarely did I ever call in sick, maybe once or twice a year. And I did my work. So I was a very good employee. I was just also a very unhappy employee. I didn't like driving through rush hour traffic, getting all stressed out and bent out of shape before I even got to my job to get stressed out and bent out of shape. I didn't like someone telling me when to be there, when to leave, when to take a lunch. It just wasn't for me. And I look around I look in just the United States. I can't imagine the entire world, but even just in my city, I'm close to Houston. And I'm going to tell you what I do sometimes to get motivation is I drive around Houston and I look at all these office buildings and I just think, how awful. How awful. And that's what keeps me motivated is not having to go work in an office building in a cubicle. I hated it. So I'm in these jobs and you know how it is. You get a new job. Oh, I love my job. Oh, I love everyone that I work with. And then bam, the bottom falls out. It's not so shiny anymore, is it? It's a labor. It's a ball and chain. Well, to me anyway. So without a formal education, where are you going to go in these office jobs? There's just really not much that you can do anymore, except maybe make more money. So there's one thing I always wanted to do, and that was sing. And I did it. I was 25 years old. I took vocal lessons. I took performance classes. I created a couple of bands, but I gave myself 10 years. And not just 10 years to do it, but 10 years to make it. I wanted to be rich and I wanted to be famous. And that's what I was going to do. So I moved to Tennessee and started pursuing my music career. I was on a show every Saturday. And while I certainly loved the exposure, I didn't really try that hard. I really didn't. And I've had plenty of time, trust me, to think back and wonder, how come I didn't try that hard? Is it that I really didn't want it? So I met this guy. He is a country music Hall of Famer, and I will not name him. But he was doing an album, and he was going to do duets with all women. And he had heard me on the show, and he wanted to do a duet with me, put me on the album. Well, every one of us would be able to sing this show with him on the Grand Ole Opry. This is where I felt like my journey to being a world-famous country singer was going to begin. But little did I realize this is where it was going to end. So this guy made sexual advances towards me, and I refused. And he said, "Well, you'll never make it in this business." And I said, "Good. If this is the way I have to get in, then I hope that I don't." So, what do you think happened? I didn't. He blacklisted me. There was no way now I was ever going to make it. And you know what? I was okay with that. So, I moved back to Texas, got more office jobs. Miserable, doom and gloom. I've never been less happy in my life. So, skip forward. I meet my husband, who was my 8th grade boyfriend, by the way. And this is when I moved from Austin to this town close to Houston. And I had literally just graduated from culinary school. Well, I majored in patisserie and baking. And let me tell you something. I spent a lot of time in food and beverage. Now I'm skipping a lot of years, so I'm skipping a lot of things that I've done, but I did do food and beverage and I did like it. But I wanted to be on the floor all the time. I didn't want to be a supervisor. I didn't want to be a manager. I wanted to be on the floor, and I made a lot of money being on the floor. And I'd been offered supervisor positions many times and I turned them down, and they just didn't get it. And it's okay. And think about it. Why did I want to be on the floor? Because I made more money. Why did I not succeed in singing? I didn't want fame. I wanted fortune. And I knew that. I knew that. So here I am with my husband. I just graduated culinary school when I moved to Houston. And here's another little honesty thing I'm going to tell you. I didn't go to culinary school for myself. I went for someone else. Now, this was before my husband. I was engaged to someone else. And I did it for him. He was a chef at a 5-star hotel. He was very good. And he wanted to someday open a restaurant. And I wanted to be able to contribute a little bit more. And so that's why I went to culinary school, for patisserie and baking. It wasn't for me, it was for him. So this wasn't my dream. It was someone else's. So I didn't do it. I was a pastry chef once for a cupcake company, and as soon as they got my recipes, they decided that they were going to move me somewhere else into the company. And then they wanted my breakfast food recipes, and when I refused to give it to them, it really pissed them off. I was saving those for if I wanted to open a bakery. Those were mine. And I ended up leaving. I ended up leaving that job. I ended up leaving a lot of jobs. A lot. Because I was so miserable. I just would sit at my desk. This is all there is. So I decided to go back to school again. But this time, I received my degree in network systems administration. I was working on my other degree for cybersecurity, and school closed down. But before it closed down, I did receive my associate's degree. When the school was open, I worked there, and I did love that job. I loved my boss. I had the best time. I learned a lot of stuff. And if that school was still open, most likely I'd still be working there. But it was a work study program. And so you're only allowed to stay a certain amount of time, and you're only allowed to make a certain amount of money. And once you hit that either mark, you have to move on. And the school always encouraged its students to go out and get real jobs. So my first real job with my new degree was a systems engineer for a small company. Now, I did like this job. I liked what I did. I built high-end computers and high-performance servers, and I did like it. I did a little bit of configuring, but not much. We had a lead engineer that did all that. Well, we went to Mexico to set up a bunch of servers and configure them, and it was a horrible, horrible situation. We were yelled at in restaurants about how useless we are, and this guy, he's the least technical in the room, and he could do a better job than we could. And, we're all thinking, well, then do it if you're so great. But it was a really bad, bad situation. He would tell us things like, I'm going to cancel y'all's tickets, so good luck finding a way home. And I remember even the last night I passed out on the street. And as I passed out, I saw him walking away. He walked away. He did come back, and someone else picked me up and put me in a taxi, and he got in the taxi with me, and we went back to the hotel, and I didn't talk to the guy the entire time. So I ended up leaving that job. Then I got another job at a help desk, and oh my God, 5:30 in the morning I'd have to leave. I'd get there at 7. I had to be there by 7. So an hour and a half, still dark outside. It's a long drive. It's traffic like crazy. Only to go from one box to another, sitting in this cubicle, answering phone calls. Now, the thing about this job that I just didn't really like is that they prided themselves on customer service. We're the best customer service company that you will ever come across. So here's what we want you to do. When someone calls into the help desk and they have a problem, we need you to get them off the phone within 7 minutes. That's not customer service. Customer service is remaining on the line with that customer until their problem is solved. So it was really hard for me to rush people through. And while I was there every day on time, I never took more than my hour lunch. I left on time. I did my job, and I did my job well. I never ever received any kind of awards or merits or anything, while I watched everyone else around me get those. It's okay. So I left that job too. And honestly, that job, I remember sitting in that cubicle with all the bare walls. You weren't allowed to put anything up. All the bare walls. And I remember looking out across this ginormous building filled with cubicles. I remember thinking, is this all there is? Is this what life is about? Because if it is, this sucks. This really sucks. So I never got another job after that. It wasn't from lack of trying. I just couldn't get a call back. And I'm older. And I realize that we have age discrimination laws in this country. But let me tell you something. Don't think that people don't discriminate against older people. They do. It is a whole lot harder for an older person to get a job. I have the experience. I have the education. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to get the low-paying jobs that I was applying for. So now this is where I begin on my entrepreneurial journey. So I take a look at work or at home work. I just Googled it, work from home. And there's quite a few programs, none that really ever appealed to me. Some of them were scams. I could tell right away they were scams, especially something that you have to pay money to do a freaking job. But the bonus of it is that, hey, I get to work from home. And that really appealed to me. The money wasn't great, but hey, I can work on that, right? So nothing really grabbed my attention. So you know how Facebook has their algorithms. And if you talk about anything or if you search for anything on your computer, when you open up Facebook, guess what's going to be there? Advertisements for that thing that you just talked about or that you just searched for. So these programs were coming up on my Facebook newsfeed about how to make money, how to make money the easy way, things like that. And I thought, what's this all about? So I clicked on one, and it was for affiliate marketing. I didn't know what affiliate marketing was. I had no idea. And, well, for those of you who don't know, it's when you drive sales and traffic to other people's websites and you make a commission. So it really sparked my interest. So now this gets back to the money making thing. There are a lot of people that will tell you if all you want to do is make money, you'll never make it. I don't think that's true. There's a reason why you want to make money, and you need to find out what that reason is. I know my reason. My reason that I want to make money and I want to make lots of money is because I want to have a lifestyle of freedom. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, how I want, with who I want. And I don't want anyone telling me that I can't. So don't ever let anyone tell you you'll never make it in this business because all you want to do is make money. Not true. So I'm looking into this affiliate marketing thing, and I start learning things here and there. So now I have all these little puzzles sitting around, and each puzzle is missing a piece. And the more webinars I watch, the more videos I watch, the more presentations I listen to, I learn a little bit more about affiliate marketing and all of the pieces that you need to put it together. Well, what good does that do you when it's 2 years later and you haven't done anything and you haven't made any money? What good is that? So I came across a fella. He's a coach. And he said, hey, here's what you do. You do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. This is how you do it. Oh, okay, I can do that. That sounds easy enough. So I went out and made a website. I'm technical. Drag and drop's not that hard. And I built myself a little landing page. And then I built myself a little thank you page. And my landing page had my opt-in on it. And then I went to ClickBank and I picked out a free product. Free plus shipping. And then I set up a little Facebook ad. Free tack pin. 12,000, or the flashlight is, there wasn't 12,000 lumens on a tack pin. It was probably more like 2,000 lumens, durable, has a cute little knife in it, blah, 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 with all the features. So I put up my Facebook ad and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. I'm going to make some money. This is going to be so cool. I'm so excited. So I let the Facebook ad run. I went to bed that night. I got up in the morning and guess how much money I made? Big fat zero. Didn't make anything. What a letdown. What a letdown. So maybe it's my product. Maybe my product just sucks and maybe people don't want it. So I'll go and find something else. So I found this book. I'm not going to name it, but it's a medical book, okay? And just so you know, I was in the survival niche. And I thought it was a really good book. Now, it wasn't free, but it was very minimal to get it. And so I thought, man, this is really cool. I bet some of my survivalist friends and groups would love to have this book. So I made another Facebook ad and I promoted the heck out of it. Super excited, super excited. Got up the next morning, big fat 000. Now listen, I know you're not going to make money. I don't know, maybe you are, overnight. And so I'd let it run and I never made anything from this book. Now here's what happened. This was a medical book. And then COVID-19 happened. And I decided I'm not selling this book because I feel like I am taking advantage of people. And so I pulled the ad. I didn't want to do it. Well, all of these free products that I was pushing wasn't making me a dime. And I thought, something's wrong. Now, when I talk about COVID-19, I don't mean like this month or even last month. I'm talking about, this goes back to last year. These are some things were happening within my survivalist communities. And people were talking about this long before this even came out into the news. So I'm going back to last year. So then I thought, well, I've got to do something. Something's got to work. So on Facebook, here comes this book called Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. Hey, it's free plus shipping. I'm going to buy it. And that's exactly what I did. And I got the book and I thought, okay, great. What's he going to leave out? What little puzzle is he going to create for me, but leave out this one little piece? He didn't. He gave me all the pieces to the puzzle. Now I feel like I can do copywriting. Maybe not as great as a lot of other people, but hey, my ad copy doesn't suck now. Then I came across another book called The Iceberg Effect by Dean Holland. I read it. He gave me all the pieces to the puzzle. He taught me how to do a sales funnel. So I'm at my desk one day and I'm looking at these books and I notice at the top, Forward by Russell Brunson. And I'm like, wait a minute. I've been seeing this dude come across my news feed a bunch of times. Who's this guy? So I'd been seeing the ads for Affiliate Bootcamp, 30-Day Summit, and all these things. .com secrets, everything. And finally, I clicked on one of his links. It was Affiliate Bootcamp, and I took the bootcamp, and it was pretty awesome. I got to learn some stuff, and I got some pieces of the puzzle put in place, but I still didn't have all the pieces. Then one day, I'm clicking around, and I see an ad for One Funnel Away Challenge. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this dude's offering me. I barely even know him. So I click on it. Okay, I'll listen to his spiel. And at the end of the video, how much money are you going to want? $2,000? $5,000? Maybe $10,000? Hell, maybe even $20,000. Why not? I was so surprised when he said $100. So you're going to take me by the hand and you're going to show me how to do my business, how to get more leads and more sales for $100. What's the catch, buddy? No catch. No catch. I was very, very surprised. And that's why I want to offer you this. In the show's description, you're going to find a link to the One Funnel Away Challenge. And let me tell y'all, this challenge will not only change your business, but it will change your life. I don't want you to put it off. I want you to make up your mind right now that you are going to commit for 30 days to change your business and your life, because I can tell you, it has definitely changed mine. And I want to see you up on that stage at Funnel Hacking Live. Hell, I want to be on that stage, maybe one day. But I want to see you up there. And I want you to come up to me when I'm there and I want you to say, hey, Mercedes, I clicked on your link and I made the decision to change my life. And you know what? I want to sweeten the deal for you. If you join the One Funnel Away Challenge through me, I'm going to give you 4 bonuses. The first one is called Explosive List Building, Leveraging the Power of Email. This is a brand new book I just recently finished. It's an ebook. So don't think that I'm going to send you a novel, because I'm not. It's a small little ebook. The next one is how to find your ideal customer. This is about creating an avatar and how to do it. Trust me, you're going to want to know how to do this. It will help your business. The third one is how to write an ebook. It's easier than you think. This is a very short 15-minute video that will show you exactly how to write an ebook. And fourth, you'll get an Affiliate Junkie sticker.
Thanks for listening to the Affiliate Junkie Podcast with Mercedes Osborne. Make sure to find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Until next time, stop the struggle.